Years ago, I was separated from my wife, and we were making an addition to the house. And this addition was made out of cinder blocks, and I won't go into the construction, but it's really a stable foundation, and the walls don't wiggle, okay? A little more expensive, but it's worth it. Now, the last thing you do when you make this is the top row has a groove in the cinder blocks end on end, and you lay down rebar so that when you pour it, the rebar is bound in place and you'll never have to worry about it. That's a stable Florida home. Okay, when you do that last level, you put a hurricane strap in, and it's hooked on the bottom, it's buried into the concrete, and it sticks out, and you're really careful about positioning, okay? Because the next step, when it dries, you set the trusses across. Now, it's cheaper to buy the trusses from someone who knows what they're doing, so we did. They delivered them, and we had a crew put them up because, yeah, I'm not going to do that because I don't know what I'm doing. I do know that when they're done right, they ain't going nowhere. They are strapped to a solid brick wall. Well, cinder blocks. So here we are with a cinder block wall with trusses on, and I was up there and I walked around the perimeter to make sure everything is secure. It's what you do. So my son was watching me. Mind you, I'm separated from my wife by this point. I'm doing this labor because this is what I would do. Not trying to cheat her in any shape, form, or way. But when I was out there, my son watched me walk around, and he said, "Can I try that?" I'm like, "Okay. But what if I fall?" I'm like, "Don't worry about it. There's trusses every 1.5 feet, okay? 18 inches on center." "Well, what if I fall?" "Well, then you put your arms out, okay? You won't fall very far, and that which you do fall, you're going to bruise your armpits." Sorry about that. It's just the way it's going to work. But what's going to be bruised even more is your pride, because you're a dumbass. And he's like, okay. His first trip around, he was so careful. Oh my. Would have made his mother proud, the amount of care he took. Second lap, he was at a walking speed. The third lap, this is when my wife, soon-to-be ex-wife, came out of the house. The third lap, he was jogging around the perimeter. A little bit more than I would have approved of. But when he did that in front of my wife, she came out, "Oh, you're going to kill him. He's going to die. He's going to fall on a sharp stick and poke out his eye." It was over the top, as anyone would be when they're thinking about the safety of their child. Not blaming her. She gets one step up a ladder and she's scared. It's a hydrophobia thing. Probably not the right word. She truly thought I was trying to kill our son. Me? I'm teaching him how to handle himself in interesting situations. A father's goal is different than a mother's goal. A mother's goal is that this child never experience pain of any form. None. Okay? If she needs to put a Band-Aid on it, something is earthly wrong. Whereas a dad, go ahead. Put that in the electric outlet. Wait. Let me get the camera first. Because you're only going to do this once. If it doesn't permanently damage a child, most dads are okay with it. If it causes any pain at all, most mommies are just totally insanely against it. Wrap them in bubble wrap and then cushion the outside of that. But that's not how life is lived. You got to do something a little bit dangerous, okay? You have to risk a little bit of life and a couple inches of limb. Gotta love them. You prepare them the best you can. And then you drop them on the real world, and they still make mistakes. Buy them books, send them to school, and they eat the teacher. Yeah, that's how they do it. Anyway, if you find your kid running around at the top of a one-story building and he isn't falling, that's a trade skill, okay?